Good morning, everyone. It's often said that knowledge is power, and in today's fast-paced, ever-changing world, this couldn't be more true. The importance of continual learning cannot be overstated. Education does not end when we graduate. In fact, it's just the beginning of a lifelong journey. One of the most powerful tools we can give ourselves is the commitment to educate ourselves every day. Lifelong learning is the concept that learning doesn't stop after formal education. While many people view education as something that happens primarily within the walls of a school or university, the reality is that the pursuit of knowledge should continue throughout one's entire life. Education is a tool we use to grow, evolve, and adapt to new circumstances, and it should not be confined to a specific time period or a singular phase of our lives. The world is constantly changing, and in order to remain relevant and informed, we must continue to learn and evolve with it. As we move through different stages of life, our learning needs and opportunities evolve. In early adulthood, formal education may be our primary focus. However, as we grow older and enter different stages of our career and personal lives, we may encounter new challenges that require new knowledge or skills. Lifelong learning means seeking out and embracing opportunities for growth in every area of our lives. Whether it's learning a new language, acquiring a new technical skill, or even developing emotional intelligence, each of these adds to our understanding and helps us navigate an increasingly complex world. One of the most powerful aspects of lifelong learning is the ability to stay curious. Curiosity drives us to explore new fields, ask questions, and seek deeper insights into the world around us. When we stop being curious, we stop growing. Without curiosity, we miss opportunities to expand our perspectives and enhance our knowledge base. Being open to new ideas and unfamiliar concepts can help us discover passions and interests that we may never have explored otherwise. Curiosity is the gateway to lifelong learning and keeps us engaged with the world in meaningful ways. Lifelong learning also allows us to remain adaptable. In today's society, things change rapidly, and the skills or knowledge we acquire today may not be enough to sustain us tomorrow. The rise of technology, for example, has created an environment in which entire industries have been transformed. What we learned in school may no longer be sufficient for success in the modern world. Lifelong learners are constantly evolving to keep pace with new developments, ensuring they are equipped with the tools and knowledge necessary to succeed. The ability to learn new things helps us stay flexible in a world that doesn't stop moving. Moreover, lifelong learning helps us avoid stagnation. When we stop learning, we can become stuck in routines and patterns that prevent growth. This stagnation can be detrimental to both our personal and professional lives. It can lead to boredom, burnout, and a sense of dissatisfaction. Lifelong learning ensures that we are always challenging ourselves, pushing our boundaries, and pursuing new opportunities. This keeps our lives interesting, exciting, and meaningful. Instead of letting life pass us by, we can take an active role in shaping our futures. The benefits of lifelong learning go beyond personal growth. In many cases, lifelong learners inspire and influence those around them. When others see us constantly striving to improve, it creates a ripple effect, encouraging them to take the same approach in their own lives. A culture of lifelong learning promotes innovation, collaboration, and the sharing of ideas, making everyone involved better equipped to tackle challenges and seize opportunities. This collective growth helps build stronger communities and organizations, and it fosters an environment where learning and improvement are seen as core values. Finally, lifelong learning provides a sense of purpose and fulfillment. As we acquire new knowledge and skills, we develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. This journey of personal growth can be incredibly rewarding, and it gives us something to look forward to each day. The process of learning doesn't just prepare us for the challenges ahead, it also enriches our lives, helping us develop a stronger sense of self-worth and pride in our accomplishments. Lifelong learning fosters a continuous sense of achievement, making life more fulfilling and meaningful. Daily learning, no matter how small, has a cumulative effect that leads to significant personal and professional growth over time. Just like any other habit, the more consistently we practice learning every day, the more it becomes ingrained in our lives. These small daily efforts can feel insignificant in isolation, but when accumulated, they build a foundation of knowledge, skill, and wisdom that can make a profound difference in our overall life journey. Each day we take one step forward, and over time, those small steps add up to something much larger. One of the most important aspects of daily learning is that it doesn't require a large time commitment. You don't need hours of uninterrupted study or intense focus to gain something meaningful each day. It could be as simple as reading a chapter of a book, watching a short educational video, or reflecting on an article you came across. These small actions, when repeated consistently, begin to shape your mindset and your ability to absorb information. The beauty of daily learning is that it's easily accessible and adaptable to the demands of your busy life. In addition to being time efficient, daily learning keeps us engaged with new ideas and perspectives. Every day is an opportunity to discover something new, and by making learning a daily practice, you stay connected to the world of knowledge and innovation. Whether it's understanding a complex concept or learning a simple fact, this constant engagement with new information keeps our brains active and sharp. It challenges us to think critically, question our assumptions, and be open to new viewpoints. This mental stimulation prevents us from falling into intellectual complacency. Another advantage of daily learning is the sense of accomplishment it brings. It's easy to overlook the value of small actions, but these daily wins can have a big impact on your confidence and motivation. When you commit to learning something new every day, you are actively investing in your personal growth. Each day's achievement, no matter how small, serves as a reminder of your dedication to self-improvement. This sense of progress boosts your confidence, making it easier to take on more challenging tasks and continue your journey of growth. Furthermore, daily learning fosters discipline and consistency, two key ingredients for success in any area of life. The habit of showing up every day, even if it's just for a few minutes, builds a strong sense of discipline. Over time, this consistent effort becomes second nature, and learning no longer feels like a chore. Instead, it becomes part of your daily routine, something you do automatically because you know it brings long-term benefits. This consistency also helps in overcoming procrastination, as daily learning is broken down into manageable chunks that can be easily incorporated into any schedule. Daily learning also creates a feedback loop that encourages even more learning. As you accumulate knowledge, you begin to connect the dots between different ideas and concepts. This interconnectivity sparks curiosity and drives you to explore further. The more you learn, the more you want to learn, creating an ongoing cycle of intellectual growth. In this way, daily learning is self-reinforcing. Each new bit of information serves as a stepping stone for further exploration, deepening your understanding and pushing you to seek out even more knowledge. When you adopt daily learning as a practice, it not only enhances your personal development, but can also significantly improve your professional life. The habit of continuously acquiring knowledge can help you stay ahead of industry trends, become a more effective problem solver, and increase your overall productivity. Whether you're learning a new software tool, keeping up with the latest developments in your field, or improving your communication skills, these small, daily learning efforts can enhance your career prospects and open new doors for professional advancement. Lastly, daily learning brings a sense of fulfillment. It's easy to get caught up in the business of life and feel like we're not accomplishing anything meaningful. But when we dedicate ourselves to learning something new every day, we cultivate a sense of purpose and direction. We are constantly evolving, constantly improving, and that progression gives us a deeper sense of satisfaction. The small wins we achieve each day build up to create a life full of growth, knowledge, and purpose. We live in an age where change is constant, and the pace of that change is accelerating every day. Technology, culture, politics, and even the way we communicate are all evolving at an unprecedented rate. Just a few decades ago, many of the technological advances we now take for granted did not even exist. The way we interact with the world, the way we work, and the way we understand each other is being reshaped in real time. In such a dynamic environment, it's essential that we, too, adapt and evolve. This is why educating ourselves every day is not just an option, it's a necessity. One of the most profound areas of evolution in our world is technology. From the rise of artificial intelligence and automation to the expansion of the internet and the explosion of social media, technology is fundamentally altering how we live and work. In many industries, traditional methods of doing things are being replaced by smarter, more efficient systems. For example, jobs that were once manual are now being automated, and entire industries are being transformed by new technologies. If we do not stay informed and educate ourselves about these changes, we risk falling behind in both our professional and personal lives. Alongside technological shifts, societal and cultural changes are also occurring at a rapid pace. Attitudes toward gender, race, and diversity are evolving, and so are the structures of organizations and communities. The way we understand human rights, social justice, and inclusion is changing. Education plays a crucial role in helping us navigate these changes. By educating ourselves daily on these cultural shifts, we can better understand the world around us, engage more meaningfully with others, and contribute to creating a more inclusive society. Economically, the world is becoming more interconnected than ever. Globalization has brought nations closer, making economies and markets increasingly interdependent. What happens in one part of the world can quickly impact another, creating both opportunities and challenges. The global economy is evolving rapidly, with emerging markets and new business models disrupting traditional industries. To stay relevant in this interconnected world, we must educate ourselves not only on our local surroundings, but also on global trends, economic shifts, and international events. Understanding these changes helps us make informed decisions and seize opportunities in the global landscape. The way we communicate has also undergone a dramatic transformation. Social media platforms, instant messaging, and video conferencing tools have revolutionized how we connect with others. These technological advancements have not only impacted personal communication, but also the way businesses operate, how information is shared, and how we learn. As these communication methods evolve, we must stay informed and adapt our communication strategies accordingly. By educating ourselves daily on these changes, we can communicate more effectively and ensure we are using the most appropriate tools to connect with others. Education is no longer confined to traditional subjects like history or mathematics. It's becoming more dynamic and multidisciplinary. The world demands that we be adaptable and capable of learning across various fields. In many professions, expertise is no longer enough. Being well-rounded and versatile is crucial. Understanding the intersections of different disciplines, such as combining technical knowledge with creative problem solving or emotional intelligence with data analysis, gives us the ability to navigate a complex and fast-changing world. By educating ourselves in a broad range of subjects every day, we develop the versatility necessary to thrive in an unpredictable world. Lastly, the rapid pace of change brings with it new challenges, and with challenges come opportunities. Those who are proactive about educating themselves every day are better equipped to turn challenges into opportunities. By staying informed, being adaptable, and continuously learning, we position ourselves to not only keep up with change, but to be at the forefront of it. Educating ourselves daily gives us the tools to innovate, think critically, and find solutions to the problems we face. The world may be evolving quickly, but with the right mindset and commitment to learning, we can ensure that we evolve alongside it. Critical thinking is one of the most valuable skills we can cultivate in today's world, and daily learning is key to developing and strengthening this ability. At its core, critical thinking is about analyzing information, considering different viewpoints, and making reasoned decisions based on evidence rather than assumptions or emotions. In a world full of distractions, misinformation, and rapid changes, critical thinking helps us navigate complex issues, avoid biases, and make better informed choices. By committing to daily learning, we train our minds to become more discerning, more analytical, and more capable of processing information in a thoughtful way. One of the first ways that daily learning enhances critical thinking is by broadening our knowledge base. The more we know, the better equipped we are to analyze new information. For example, if we are well read in history, literature, or science, we can draw on that knowledge when faced with a new problem or situation. This allows us to think more deeply and make connections between seemingly unrelated ideas. By exposing ourselves to new facts, theories, and perspectives every day, we expand the toolkit of information we can use to approach problems more critically. Daily learning also helps us to think more systematically. When we commit to learning something new each day, we often have to work through complex ideas or problems. This encourages us to break down information into smaller, manageable pieces, analyze each part, and understand how they fit together. This methodical approach to learning builds mental discipline, which strengthens our ability to approach issues in a structured and logical way. As we practice this on a daily basis, it becomes second nature, and we develop the mental muscles necessary for critical thinking. Additionally, daily learning exposes us to diverse perspectives and ideas. In today's interconnected world, we are constantly exposed to different viewpoints, and learning about them can challenge our preconceptions and assumptions. By engaging with ideas that are unfamiliar or contradictory to our own, we train ourselves to consider multiple sides of an issue before forming an opinion. This openness to diverse viewpoints is crucial in developing critical thinking skills, as it forces us to question our own beliefs, evaluate the evidence, and make judgments based on reason rather than intuition or bias. Another important aspect of critical thinking is the ability to question the information we receive. In a world where information is readily available and often comes from multiple sources, it is essential to be able to evaluate the credibility, accuracy, and relevance of what we hear or read. Daily learning helps us build the tools to do this effectively. By continuously practicing critical analysis, we become better at identifying unreliable sources, spotting logical fallacies, and distinguishing fact from opinion. This ability is especially important in the age of misinformation, where we are bombarded with conflicting and sometimes misleading information. Moreover, daily learning helps us develop better problem-solving skills, which are an integral part of critical thinking. When we learn something new every day, we are constantly challenged to think through solutions, whether it's applying a new concept to a real-world situation or solving a theoretical problem. This process of problem solving requires us to assess the situation, weigh different options, and think about the consequences of each choice. Through consistent daily learning, we sharpen our ability to think critically and make informed decisions, whether in our personal or professional lives. The habit of daily learning also fosters intellectual humility, which is a key component of critical thinking. As we expose ourselves to new information and ideas, we come to realize how much we don't know and how complex the world is. This awareness encourages us to approach problems and discussions with an open mind, ready to revise our thinking when presented with new evidence or insights. Intellectual humility is vital for critical thinking because it keeps us from becoming overly attached to our own views and helps us remain receptive to learning from others. Finally, daily learning builds resilience in the face of uncertainty. Critical thinking often requires us to make decisions without having all the answers, and this can be daunting. However, the more we practice critical thinking through daily learning, the more confident we become in our ability to make reasoned judgments. We learn to trust our analytical skills, even when the answers are not immediately clear. This ability to think critically in uncertain situations is crucial in both our personal and professional lives, allowing us to navigate ambiguity and make thoughtful, informed decisions. Expanding your horizons through daily learning is one of the most powerful ways to transform your perspective on the world. Each new piece of knowledge you acquire opens the door to new ideas, experiences, and opportunities. As you continue to learn, you begin to see the world through a broader lens, understanding that there is much more to life than what you initially knew. This shift in perspective allows you to approach challenges with more creativity, adapt to new environments more easily, and engage with others in a more meaningful way. The process of expanding your horizons is not just about accumulating facts, it's about deepening your understanding of the world and your place within it. One of the most profound ways that daily learning expands your horizons is by introducing you to new cultures, ideas, and ways of life. As we learn about different societies, traditions, and historical events, we start to appreciate the diversity of the human experience. We come to understand that our own beliefs and experiences are shaped by a specific cultural context, and that other people view the world through their own unique lenses. Exposure to a variety of perspectives broadens our understanding of global issues, enhances our empathy, and helps us navigate an increasingly interconnected world. By educating ourselves daily, we actively engage with the richness and complexity of human culture, which expands our worldview. Daily learning also allows us to develop a more nuanced understanding of the challenges faced by others. As we explore different topics, whether they be social, economic, or political, we gain insights into the struggles, triumphs, and aspirations of people across the globe. This awareness fosters a sense of shared humanity and encourages us to think more critically about the ways in which we can contribute to positive change. For example, learning about the challenges faced by marginalized communities can motivate us to advocate for social justice and equality. By expanding our horizons, we become more compassionate and aware of the interconnectedness of the world. Furthermore, expanding your horizons through daily learning enables you to break free from the limitations of your own experiences. It's easy to get trapped in a narrow view of the world based on what we know or have experienced. However, when we engage with new ideas and information on a regular basis, we challenge our existing beliefs and assumptions. We start to recognize that there are multiple ways to approach problems, and we develop a more open-minded approach to thinking. By continually exposing ourselves to new knowledge, we escape the confines of our own perspective and gain a deeper, more comprehensive understanding of the world around us. Daily learning also sparks creativity and innovation by exposing us to new concepts and approaches that we may never have encountered otherwise. When we expand our horizons, we're not only gaining knowledge, but we're also learning how to think differently. By exposing ourselves to diverse disciplines such as art, science, technology, or philosophy, we begin to draw connections between seemingly unrelated fields. This interdisciplinary approach fosters creativity, allowing us to generate novel solutions to problems and think outside the box. The more we learn, the more we realize that there are countless possibilities and ways to approach challenges, which in turn fuels innovation. Another significant way that expanding your horizons through daily learning benefits you is by improving your adaptability. In today's rapidly changing world, the ability to adapt to new situations, technologies, and ways of thinking is essential. By exposing ourselves to new ideas, we become more flexible in our thinking and more capable of adjusting to the demands of a dynamic environment. For example, if we regularly learn about emerging trends in technology or business, we are better prepared to pivot when changes occur. This adaptability allows us to thrive in uncertain circumstances, whether in our careers or personal lives. As we expand our horizons through daily learning, we also improve our ability to communicate with others. Knowledge is a powerful tool in any conversation or interaction. The more we know, the more we can engage in meaningful dialogue with people from different backgrounds and with different perspectives. Expanding our horizons gives us a broader vocabulary, more diverse experiences to draw from, and a deeper understanding of the issues that matter to others. This in turn enhances our ability to connect with people, build relationships, and collaborate across boundaries. The more we learn, the more we can contribute to the conversations that shape our communities and our world. Finally, expanding your horizons through daily learning fosters a lifelong sense of curiosity and wonder. As we learn more, we realize how much there is still to discover. This recognition of the vastness of human knowledge encourages us to continue exploring, asking questions, and seeking new experiences. This sense of curiosity becomes a driving force in our lives, pushing us to explore new areas of interest and constantly grow. The more we open ourselves to new ideas and learning opportunities, the more we enrich our lives and deepen our sense of purpose. Each new discovery adds to the mosaic of understanding that shapes who we are and how we see the world. Learning is one of the most effective ways to build and boost confidence. When we acquire new knowledge or skills, we gain a sense of mastery and achievement that naturally increases our self-assurance. This confidence stems not only from the knowledge itself, but also from the process of learning and growing. Each new piece of information we absorb adds to our internal reservoir of resources, making us feel more competent and capable. As we continue to learn and improve, we begin to trust our abilities more, which fuels a cycle of self-confidence and motivation. One of the primary ways learning boosts confidence is by providing us with the tools to handle new challenges. When we encounter unfamiliar situations or problems, our first instinct may be uncertainty or hesitation. However, as we learn new skills and gain new knowledge, we are better equipped to face these challenges head-on. Whether it's learning a new software program, mastering a new language, or understanding a new concept, the more we know, the more prepared we feel. This sense of preparedness directly impacts our confidence, allowing us to approach challenges with a greater sense of self-assurance. Additionally, learning helps us build a sense of competence. Competence is a key element of confidence, and as we develop new skills or expand our understanding, we see tangible evidence of our growth. Whether it's completing a project at work, succeeding in an exam, or simply mastering a new task, each success reinforces our belief in our abilities. This accumulation of achievements, no matter how small, gradually builds a sense of competence that strengthens our confidence. The more we learn and succeed, the more we believe in our capacity to succeed in future endeavors. Furthermore, learning also helps us overcome fear and self-doubt. Many of us are held back by fear of failure or imposter syndrome, which can undermine our confidence and prevent us from trying new things. However, as we educate ourselves and acquire new knowledge, we begin to realize that the fear of the unknown is often more paralyzing than the reality of the challenge itself. With each new step in our learning journey, we gain the courage to push past these fears. As we tackle new topics or challenges, we gain first-hand experience that reinforces our belief in our ability to succeed, diminishing self-doubt along the way. Another important way learning boosts confidence is by allowing us to engage more effectively with others. The more knowledge we acquire, the more we have to contribute in conversations, discussions, and collaborations. This sense of intellectual contribution helps us feel more confident in social and professional settings. When we engage in discussions or debates, we draw upon our knowledge to make informed, meaningful contributions which can bolster our self-esteem. Being able to speak confidently about a subject or share our thoughts with others not only enhances our self-assurance, but also strengthens our sense of value and purpose. Learning also encourages a mindset of growth, which is essential for building long-term confidence. When we embrace the idea that we can improve and develop through effort and learning, we free ourselves from the fear of making mistakes. Mistakes become part of the learning process rather than evidence of failure. This growth mindset, fueled by daily learning, helps us see challenges as opportunities for improvement rather than obstacles to success. Over time, as we learn more, we become more comfortable with the idea of making mistakes and learning from them, which reinforces our overall confidence. Finally, the confidence gained from learning extends beyond intellectual growth. As we acquire new skills and knowledge, we become more confident in our ability to take on new experiences and step outside of our comfort zones. Whether it's trying a new hobby, taking on a new job responsibility, or even traveling to a new place, learning gives us the courage to embrace change and new opportunities. This sense of empowerment encourages us to keep pushing forward, knowing that we have the capability to succeed and grow in any area of our lives. The more we learn, the more confident we become in our ability to navigate the complexities of life. Education is often seen through the narrow lens of formal schooling classrooms, textbooks, and exams. However, the reality is that education is not just academic, it encompasses a much broader spectrum of learning and personal growth. True education involves much more than mastering academic subjects. It is about developing skills, understanding the world, and becoming well-rounded individuals. This form of education goes beyond traditional schooling and can occur through real-life experiences, interactions, and personal exploration. It touches every aspect of our lives, shaping how we think, behave, and interact with others. One of the key elements of education beyond academics is emotional intelligence. Learning how to manage our emotions, understand the feelings of others, and build healthy relationships is crucial to our overall growth. These skills are not typically taught in textbooks but are gained through experiences, reflection, and interactions with others. For example, by engaging with people from different backgrounds or facing personal challenges, we learn how to navigate complex emotions, empathize with others, and develop resilience. These aspects of education shape our character and are essential for leading a fulfilling life. Moreover, education beyond academics includes the development of practical life skills. These are the skills that help us navigate daily life skills like time management, financial literacy, effective communication, and problem solving. While traditional education may offer a foundation in some of these areas, real-world learning plays a significant role in mastering them. Learning to manage a budget, maintain healthy relationships, or organize a project are all examples of practical skills that are crucial to our success, but are often learned outside the classroom. These skills are equally as important as academic knowledge in helping us thrive in the world. Another important aspect of non-academic education is experiential learning. This is the kind of learning that takes place through direct experiences, traveling, working, volunteering, or engaging in hobbies. These hands-on experiences allow us to gain knowledge in a way that is more personal and tangible. For instance, working in a team, running a business, or participating in community service can teach us valuable lessons about leadership, responsibility, and teamwork. The lessons we learn through these experiences are often more memorable and impactful than what we might learn from books because they are rooted in real-world contexts. Cultural understanding and awareness are also key components of education that extend beyond academics. Education is not just about learning facts and figures, but also about understanding different cultures, customs, and worldviews. By exposing ourselves to different cultures, whether through travel, literature, or social interactions, we expand our understanding of the world and become more tolerant and open-minded. This type of education enriches our lives by helping us appreciate the diversity of human experience and navigate an increasingly globalized world. It also fosters empathy, which is essential for building meaningful relationships and communities. In addition to emotional intelligence and practical skills, creativity is another area of education that goes beyond academics. While traditional schooling often focuses on structured learning, education outside the academic realm encourages creativity and innovative thinking. Engaging in artistic endeavors, exploring new hobbies, or solving real-world problems requires us to think outside the box and embrace our imagination. These creative experiences not only enhance our problem-solving abilities, but also allow us to express ourselves and connect with others in unique ways. Creativity is a valuable tool that can be applied in countless areas of life, from business to personal relationships. Finally, education beyond academics also involves personal development and self-awareness. It's about taking the time to understand who we are, what we value, and what we want to achieve in life. Through self-reflection, reading, and engaging in activities that challenge us, we develop a deeper understanding of our strengths and weaknesses, our goals, and our purpose. This form of education is essential for personal growth as it empowers us to make informed decisions and live authentically. When we invest in our own development, we become better equipped to navigate life's challenges and pursue our passions with confidence and clarity. Effective communication is a crucial skill in both personal and professional life, and one of the key benefits of continuous learning is the development of stronger communication abilities. Whether it's expressing thoughts clearly, listening actively, or engaging in meaningful conversations, learning can enhance how we connect with others. By educating ourselves through reading, engaging with new ideas, and practicing communication, we develop the necessary tools to convey our ideas effectively, listen with understanding, and navigate complex conversations with ease. One of the primary ways that learning builds better communication skills is by expanding our vocabulary. The more we learn, the more words we have at our disposal, which allows us to express ourselves more clearly and accurately. A broader vocabulary enables us to choose the right words for different contexts, helping us avoid misunderstandings and ensuring that our message is received as intended. Additionally, by reading diverse materials, we are exposed to various writing styles, idioms, and expressions, which enriches our ability to communicate in a way that resonates with different audiences. Learning also improves our ability to listen actively and engage in meaningful dialogue. Communication is not just about speaking, it's equally about listening. By learning about different perspectives, cultures, and disciplines, we develop a deeper understanding of the various ways in which people think and communicate. This awareness allows us to be more receptive to others' ideas and opinions. As we engage in conversations with people from different backgrounds, we become more adept at actively listening, understanding the nuances of their messages and responding thoughtfully. Active listening, an essential aspect of effective communication, is a skill that improves with the more we learn and practice it. Through learning, we also become more confident in our communication abilities. The knowledge we gain from daily learning gives us the confidence to participate in discussions, share our thoughts, and voice our opinions. The more we understand, the more comfortable we feel expressing ourselves, whether in casual conversations or formal settings. This confidence extends to public speaking, presentations, and debates, where the ability to articulate ideas clearly and persuasively is essential. The confidence that comes from learning empowers us to speak with authority and authenticity, ensuring that our voice is heard and understood. Furthermore, education fosters the development of emotional intelligence, which is a key component of effective communication. Understanding and managing our own emotions, as well as recognizing and empathizing with the emotions of others, plays a significant role in how we communicate. Through continuous learning, we gain insights into human behavior, emotional triggers, and interpersonal dynamics, which enhances our ability to navigate complex social interactions. Whether we are resolving conflicts, offering support, or providing feedback, emotional intelligence allows us to communicate with sensitivity and empathy, which strengthens our relationships and promotes mutual understanding. Learning also helps us develop non-verbal communication skills, which are just as important as the words we use. Non-verbal cues, such as body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice, play a significant role in how our messages are interpreted. By learning about the subtleties of non-verbal communication, we become more attuned to these cues in ourselves and others. This awareness allows us to communicate more effectively, ensuring that our non-verbal signals align with our verbal messages. Understanding body language, for instance, can help us gauge how someone else is feeling and adjust our communication accordingly to foster better understanding and connection. Additionally, the process of learning how to communicate better involves understanding the context in which communication takes place. Different situations require different approaches, and learning helps us adapt our communication style based on the audience, setting, and purpose. For example, the way we communicate with a close friend is different from how we would interact with a colleague, a customer, or an audience at a public event. By gaining knowledge from diverse sources and practicing in various settings, we learn how to adjust our tone, language, and approach to suit the context, which enhances our effectiveness as communicators. This flexibility is an invaluable skill in all areas of life, whether at work, in social situations, or within our personal relationships. Knowledge is one of the most powerful tools we have to make a meaningful impact in the world. When we learn about different issues, systems, and ideas, we gain the ability to recognize opportunities for change, understand how to address them, and take action in ways that create positive outcomes. Education is not just about personal growth, it's about understanding the world and using that understanding to make a difference in the lives of others. Whether it's advocating for social justice, solving environmental challenges, or contributing to a professional field, knowledge empowers us to take steps that influence and shape the future. First and foremost, knowledge equips us with the understanding we need to identify problems that require attention. Often, we are not aware of issues happening around us until we gain a deeper understanding of the complexities behind them. By educating ourselves about social, political, and environmental issues, we can better comprehend the challenges faced by different communities, regions, or even entire nations. This awareness gives us the power to recognize areas where change is needed and where we can make a meaningful contribution, whether through activism, policy change, or community service. Furthermore, knowledge provides us with the tools to develop effective solutions. Having information is one thing, but knowing how to apply that information to solve real-world problems is where true empowerment lies. For instance, if we learn about the causes of climate change, we are then in a position to understand the best practices for reducing carbon footprints, advocating for sustainable policies, or developing innovative green technologies. Knowledge doesn't just highlight problems, it opens up pathways for solutions that can be implemented at various levels, from grassroots efforts to large-scale initiatives. Through learning, we acquire the skills and strategies needed to address problems in practical, impactful ways. In addition to solving problems, knowledge also empowers us to become informed advocates for change. Education allows us to engage with issues from an informed perspective, making our voices stronger and more credible when advocating for causes we believe in. Whether it's advocating for human rights, environmental protection, or equality, being well-versed in the facts and nuances of an issue enables us to present compelling arguments, engage in informed discussions, and persuade others to join us in the fight for change. Knowledge equips us with the power to challenge injustices, question the status quo, and advocate for a better world. Knowledge also gives us the confidence to take action. Often people hesitate to get involved in social or political issues because they fear they lack the expertise or influence to make a difference. However, when we invest in learning about a cause or issue, we feel more confident in our ability to contribute meaningfully. Understanding the dynamics at play, whether it's the history of inequality, the science behind a public health crisis, or the economic impact of policy changes, helps us feel more capable of taking action. This confidence leads to a greater willingness to get involved, whether that means volunteering, organizing, or speaking out in support of important issues. Moreover, knowledge empowers us to inspire others. When we are knowledgeable about a particular subject, our passion and understanding become contagious. We are able to share our insights and experiences with others, encouraging them to take action as well. Whether through conversations with friends and family, public speaking, or social media platforms, we can spread awareness and mobilize others to join in making a difference. As more people become informed and engaged, the collective impact grows, creating a ripple effect that leads to meaningful change in communities and beyond. In addition to influencing others, knowledge helps us build bridges between different groups and ideas. In a diverse world, there are often conflicting perspectives and interests that can create divisions. However, when we educate ourselves about different cultures, beliefs, and experiences, we become better equipped to facilitate dialogue and understanding. By fostering communication and collaboration, we can unite people with different backgrounds toward a common goal. Knowledge helps us navigate these differences with respect and empathy, finding common ground and working together towards solutions that benefit everyone. Finally, knowledge empowers us to leave a lasting legacy. When we use the knowledge we've gained to make a difference, we contribute to building a better future for generations to come. Whether it's through creating innovative solutions, educating others, or challenging injustices, the impact of our actions can extend far beyond our lifetimes. Education enables us to plant the seeds of change, pass on valuable insights to future leaders, and create a foundation upon which others can continue to build. The knowledge we accumulate becomes a resource that not only shapes our own lives, but also has the potential to transform the world long after we're gone. Learning is a key driver of creativity and innovation, two powerful forces that are essential for progress in virtually every field. Whether in the arts, technology, business, or social issues, the process of acquiring new knowledge and perspective stimulates the mind and encourages fresh ways of thinking. When we engage with new ideas, challenge our assumptions, and explore unfamiliar concepts, we open ourselves to new possibilities and innovative solutions. Education, whether formal or informal, ignites the spark of creativity by pushing the boundaries of what we know and inspiring us to think outside the box. One of the most fundamental ways learning sparks creativity is by exposing us to new perspectives. When we explore different disciplines, ideas, or cultures, we encounter novel ways of thinking that we may not have considered before. For example, a person with a background in the sciences may draw inspiration from the arts, while an artist might find innovative solutions in technology. By learning about diverse fields, we develop the ability to make connections between seemingly unrelated concepts, which is often the foundation of creativity. The more we learn, the more we have to pull from when seeking new ways to approach problems and generate original ideas. Learning also helps us break free from conventional thinking and habitual ways of solving problems. When we encounter new information, it challenges our existing knowledge and encourages us to question our assumptions. This process of questioning is critical for creativity, as it prevents us from getting stuck in outdated or traditional methods. For instance, by learning about unconventional approaches in design thinking, engineering, or business strategy, we are encouraged to step outside of established norms and explore alternative solutions. This openness to change and innovation leads to the creation of new ideas and the development of novel approaches to challenges. Another way learning fuels creativity is by providing us with the tools and skills necessary to turn ideas into reality. Knowledge equips us with the practical expertise required to implement creative ideas. Whether it's learning new technical skills, mastering a craft, or gaining proficiency in a software program, the more we learn, the more capable we become of transforming our ideas into tangible outcomes. For example, learning about digital marketing strategies can empower a business to creatively promote its brand, while learning new programming languages can enable a developer to build innovative applications. The combination of creativity and technical expertise is what drives many of the world's most groundbreaking innovations. Moreover, learning encourages experimentation and risk-taking, which are essential components of the creative process. When we learn about different theories, methods, and case studies, we are more likely to experiment with new ideas, knowing that failure is often part of the learning journey. Innovation thrives in environments where individuals are encouraged to take risks, try new things, and learn from their mistakes. By cultivating a growth mindset through learning, we become more comfortable with the idea of failure as a stepping stone to success. This openness to experimentation allows for the exploration of ideas that might otherwise be dismissed, leading to innovative breakthroughs. In addition to fostering creativity in problem-solving, learning also nurtures an individual's imagination. When we expose ourselves to various forms of art, literature, history, and science, we enrich our imaginations with new stories, visuals, and concepts. This expanded imaginative capacity is crucial for creative thinking. For example, a writer may be inspired by historical events to craft a new narrative, or a designer may find new sources of inspiration in nature or architecture. By continuously feeding our imagination with new ideas and experiences, learning helps us unlock creative potential and envision possibilities that have yet to be realized. Furthermore, learning helps us recognize patterns and connections that others may overlook. Creative thinkers often excel at identifying trends or patterns in seemingly unrelated data, experiences, or concepts. Education broadens our ability to see these connections by introducing us to a wide range of subjects and ideas. Whether we are learning about psychology, physics, or world history, we begin to understand how different elements of life are interconnected. These insights allow us to approach problems with a unique perspective, connecting dots that others may not see, which is often where the most innovative solutions are born. Finally, learning promotes collaboration, which is another key ingredient in creativity and innovation. The more we learn, the more we interact with other people who bring their own knowledge and skills to the table. Collaborating with others who have different expertise, backgrounds, and viewpoints fosters a creative environment where ideas can be freely exchanged and developed. In many industries, groundbreaking innovations occur when individuals from diverse fields come together to solve a common problem. Learning encourages us to engage with people from all walks of life, creating an ecosystem where innovation thrives through collective input and shared ideas.